Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and today I think we're maxing out another summon rush. We are doing it. It's interesting to me, right? Just before we actually start pulling, this is something that I did back in the past, which was kind of it was a while ago. It was before they started doing Titan events and all that sort of stuff. I kind of felt like, wow, even as a free to play, when you get far enough in the game, at that time it was going, high up in Summon Rush for legendary skill tomes could actually be potentially quite valuable because you were really lacking legendary skill tomes. Now in 2025, as a content creator, I'm in the same spot, but it's different. Where now we're going further for mythical skill tomes, and there's also an Eternal. There's some relic bits in here, feast. There's some nice stuff, but yeah, I did skip the summon rush at the weekend. We could just do the 3,000. We have to do at least 3,000 points. We could do 3,000 and stop, but I think we might as well just go extra and yeah, if we're going halfway up, if we're going to 5,500, to me, it makes sense. I've got the Sacreds. It makes sense to go further and get two more legendary books, two more mythicals, an Eternal, a Feast, some legend. They're decent rewards. It's not a great summon rush, but the summon rush itself is good. The progressive chance is pretty bad. Now, who are we going to be pulling for? Let's jump to the video comment. I was looking at the top comments here, guys. Now, like, here we've got, like, one upvote, two, three. The top comment from Daniel Basilisi. I can't say your name. I'm sorry. That's just too, I'm Irish. I can't manage it. Daniel Basilisi, maybe? But 145 thumbs up. I gave it the 145th here this morning. Thanks, Sniktraak. It's amazing for a Chimera. I use him even in Ultra Nightmare. Decrease attack, decrease speed, leech, and shield. He's underrated. Well, the comments have spoken. We're definitely going for Sniktraak. If we get Sniktraak and we're still pulling, we go for Kyoku after. But Sniktraak is the choice. I have 43 Sacreds. It should take us about 20 to do this. And then that leaves me open to potentially skip Champion Chase at the weekend. More likely, I will do that Champion Chase because I'll have saved up fragments and stuff like that. But I could potentially skip another event with the extra 25 fragments from this one. Or if I miss one by accident, which is very possible, we won't fail the fusion, which would be very sad. We don't want to do. So let's dive in. Sacreds, probably 20. Let's go. Let's see what we can get. Flesh Terror. Not something that we're looking for. Another epic. Okay, there's no boosted chances here. Burgoth did use him a bit in Faction Wars Hard just because he's got the AoE provoke. It is a 2-turn provoke, which is nice, but it's on a 4-turn cooldown and it's only a 60% chance. Not so nice. Yeah, fair enough for an epic. He was a fusion at some point as well. Arndulf, haven't used him at all. Does give himself counterattack, and you do need to do counterattack for one of the Faction Wars hard stages and Bannerlords. He's not going to hit very hard, though, so that seems to me pretty miserable. I use the rare at risk harm when I put counterattack on Baron, who actually does hit hard. That was a smart way. Ornn, actually really good. AoE poisons, poison sensitivity. Cool. Puts out poisons. He's tanky. Tanky. AoE poisons. Great. Solid champ. Oh, man, no legendary so far. Another Flesh Terror. Another one. This guy's like okay, isn't he? It seems we pulled him twice. We might as well talk about him. But he has a team heal with increased buff duration. It's on a 4-turn, but it's a good move. And then he's got an AoE 4-turn cooldown, decrease enemy buffs, and increase their debuffs. He's not terrible. I don't know if you'd ever bother using him. He's not terrible. Here we go. Legendary. It's okay. It's Sigmund the High Shield. Have used him a bunch in Faction Wars Hard. Great shield with strengthen. AoE provoke, decrease attack. Really good. Some buff removal as well. He's a really good legendary. I used him extensively in my free-to-play series at the start of the year. I only played for a month or so, but we did really well in the Hell Hades free-to-play challenge. Oh, look, we've got him clipping through his shield. His fist is clipping through his shield. You see that? Now I've seen it. I can't unsee it, and Sigmund is ruined forever. Nah, he's a great legendary. He was amazing on a new account. I mean, it's everything you need for a new account. Short cooldown when booked up, loads of protection, and this move is great. Because it's a double hitter, and each hit has a chance for the debuffs, it makes it quite good affinity-wise. because, if he weak hits against a force affinity, he's got a second chance, which is cool. So yeah, it ends up being sort of better than a 100% chance, but only applying once. He's a great champion. I have him already, but I'm a big Sigmund fan. He kind of has a bad rap because Demitha was part of his fusion, and a lot of people went for Demitha instead. It's kind of interesting. I guess people were like not clearing Demon Lord when the Sigmund fusion happened. Seems kind of weird, but people all went for Demitha, which again seems strange, but there you go. I guess, yeah, I guess people were still. I do think Sigmund is super helpful as well. But yeah, that was one of the fusions where people skip the fusion for an epic. Almost never happens. This guy, I play with him a bit. He kind of sucks. I wouldn't bother using Lockwayne, honestly. It's just kind of bad. I'm sorry, he's kind of bad. Armina, she's a real disappointment as well. I did use her a little bit in Faction Wars Hard. Look, AoE decreased defense, steals a bit of turn meter, decreases enemy turn meter. She can stun if they're fully depleted. Very unlikely. A1 can stun as well. She's okay, right? She's sort of fast cycling through decreased defense. It's kind of weird. She doesn't look like a fast lady, but she's supposed to be a fast lady. She's only okay. I've used her a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Come on, can we get another legendary? We should, I would hope, with all these sacreds. Canelia, actually really good. Now, what's cool about her? AoE sleep on a 3-turn, and it's not an attack, so it's affinity friendly. And then when they wake up, she's a 50-50 to give them fear, and that actually increases to a 70% chance to put a fear out. Kind of nice. So you get to sleep them for 1 turn, and then they're feared next turn. Potentially, you're getting 2 turns of crowd control. You need to manual it, obviously, for maximum effect. And same thing with this. A 2-turn cooldown sleeps an ally, but it gives them a huge heal and turn meter boost when the sleep expires or is removed. 100% heal and turn meter boost if it's from an enemy. She's such a fun epic. Obviously, YST loves this champion. I think she's great. She's one of those really good epics that does a couple of very fun and unique things in her kit. Arwit, accuracy, if she's no debuffs, okay. Ignores and kill buff, she's no debuffs. 30% more damage. AoE, removes all debuffs, removes a random buff from enemies, deals a random buff on her A1. She's okay. She seems like a kind of bog standard damage dealer. She seems decent. I do like that she's got an axe and a bow. I do appreciate that. That's quite cool. I feel like this is like a Welsh name. Yeah, she seems okay. Nothing too spectacular, but hey, 1 buff removal, steal a buff on her A1, kind of useful for Faction Wars. If she gets any debuff, she's in trouble. Seems okay. Nothing spectacular. Here we go. It's a new champion. Oh, this will actually be really helpful. Okay, Karagar Deathbell. Ogres are the worst faction for Faction Wars Hard. Yes, okay, this is more useful than Sniktraak. Actually really good. AoE attack with a 30% turn meter boost for your team and full debuff removal for your team. Great. He has ally protection and strengthen on the team. Great. He heals himself on his A1. I think his passive just makes him... Yeah, he gets more resist and defense as ally protection is out. Oh, he also increases everyone's resist and defense. Actually, kind of decent. If you had an increased resist champion in Ogres, I don't know if you do have an accessible one. I feel like one of the Void legendaries does it, but I don't have them. I don't know if there's an accessible increased resist. If you did have it, potentially you could do like a super high resist team easily enough with him. Be cool. Then he counterattacks when an ally under ally protection is attacked. That's really strong as well. He could be quite good in a stun set, like fast stun set. AoE, turn meter boosting, counterattacking. He's going to be plenty tanky. Never going to die. Yeah, cool. Karagar actually really good. I don't know why he's looking at me. He's just like, this guy's looking sideways. He's like, Karagar, can you pose for your like passport photo? Pose for your thing. He's like, oh, all right, cool, I got it, guys. He's looking the wrong way. I don't know. That's great. That's actually really good. Hell yeah. Karagar, we'll take it. Hexia, what's she like? Rotus, but bad, I think. Yeah, she kills an enemy, extra turn and increased attack. Yeah, she is like Rotus, but bad. We're up to a 25x for Sniktraak right now. Let's go again. Ooh. 25x Dalaja, part of the Mikage fusion, isn't she? She's a pretty good faction war champ for lizards. You know, she can counterattack when lizards are attacked. For lizard faction wars, you're all lizards, so that's good. A1, small chance for poison, 30% on each hit. It's okay, and healing her a bit. We'll give her like a stun set. She's got AoE decrease attack. You could even give her actually a provoke set, would be really good. Provoke set. Yeah, provoke set and just have her healing up your team. High HP, provoke set, decent speed. She'd be actually pretty good at keeping you alive. She's a cool epic. Another legendary, 25x, 25x. We're getting so many legendaries. It's a Queen Eva. Not Sniktraak. I have this champ already. AoE, decrease enemy turn meter. Now it resets her skills if she kills a target. She did come into the meta a little bit. I think for her A2, after her buff, 3-turn cooldown, but it ignores 50% defense and it block revive, which is kind of cool. So I think people did use her a little bit. I haven't seen her in a long, long time. I mean, she's super squishy. But yeah, she got buffed. She's kind of cool. Interesting on this move, 100% chance of heal reduction and block buffs on her A1. That's kind of cool. 2 debuffs, 100% chance. Yeah, I guess you need accuracy on her is kind of the awkward thing, right? You need accuracy to decrease turn meter, accuracy for this. Every move now does have that extra 15% to crit hit, so you could build her 85% crit rate, and she's perfect. But yeah, how are we doing on the old summon rush? I think I was up, what, 43 shards to start? We need 6 more. Okay, well, let's just pull them. Let's just go. 6 more. So yeah, we should be down to 23 at the end. 6 more sacreds. X25 for Sniktraak. Let's go. Can we get another legendary? Even one more legendary and 6 shards, I'd be very happy. Hoscruel, great champ. Definitely potential for Faction Wars hard. 15% more damage to enemies under stun, but he's got an AoE stun. 75% chance and decreases turn meter a bit on a 3-turn. Pretty good. Not as good. Definitely he's not quite as good as the Fusion Epic right now, but he's good. And he does have the small increase resist with increased defense. His A1 can stun as well. He's very, very solid. He was also an Epic in the past. I think a Fusion Epic, just a dedicated Epic Fusion. He's pretty good. Heyrel, decent potential for IL, so I feel like he struggles a bit. I think he's kind of old, right? 4-turn, AoE decrease defense. Can sleep if they're under decrease attack. You do use that for one of the Cursed City Soul Cross stages. You do, and whereas I think it's like double Taurus Marishka, really nasty. You do an AoE decrease attack first with somebody in Stone Skin, so the Tauruses don't kill them, and then he comes in and he can AoE sleep the Tauruses, and then you can single target Marishka. So that's one of the stage, I don't know, whatever stage 19 or something in Soul Cross and hard mode. Kind of a pain in the ass. He's good for that. He has a 50% turn meter decrease. It does a 2-turn stun if he fully depletes. On manual play, pretty good on a 4-turn. A1 decrease attack. He is a solid epic. Right, he was considered, I think, one of the best epics in the game a long, long time ago. It's been a while. You wouldn't say that anymore, but he's decent. An epic again. Umatogi. I'd single target damage. This champion seems kind of bad. Wouldn't really bother building her unless I was desperate for damage dealers in Shadowkin, which seems unlikely. Lich, part of the Razin fusion. Champion also sucks. He does have a 100% turn meter decrease with decreased speed on a 3-turn, which is kind of cool. It's sort of the issue with Lich is that because you need him for Razin, you know, like you're by the time that you actually would have a Lich to build up, you probably don't need this anymore. I guess this could be somewhat helpful for players, actually new players progressing on like Spider and Fire Knight. We've got 2 more shards to go. Epic, come on, where's the legendary? Lorne, I was excited for Lorne for Faction Wars Hard because he's got the 100% turn meter decrease A3 for like the Narcies. And he's got AoE Leech and heal reduction. Again, that's helpful for a couple of conditions. I found I just didn't actually need to use him, though. So he was a little bit disappointing. He's not great. He's not great. He's pretty good against Fire Knight normal, I think is his point. Triple hit A1, Leech heal reduction, and it's an AoE for the waves. But heal reduction for Fire Knight, the 100% turn meter pushback for Fire Knight. He seems like a Fire Knight normal champion. Yeah, I was thinking maybe Faction Wars hard. I wasn't really sold on him. And, oh, it's an epic. Boo. Filja is actually really nice. Or Filia? I don't know. Maybe someone from Norway can tell us how to pronounce that. Self buffs if she doesn't have any buffs, which is cool. Makes her very good for Dark Fae. Then she's got big AoE, and then she's got the 4-turn fully deplete turn meter. Again, makes her very much a good Dark Fae champion, right? She goes in, she self buffs, one shots your whole team, and then she's pretty decent against that. And I guess she'd be okay against the Scarab as well with destroying the HP. So she's like a cool little epic. And works well if you don't have a very strong team because of her self buff. There we go, 10,000 points. We're gonna grab energy, bruise, a stole stone, more energy, charm, some gray essence, even more energy, 25 fragments, a barrel. We're gonna forge the relics now. Epic relics, a rank 5 chicken, a legendary, 25 fragments, a legendary book, 100 legendary relic fragments, a mythical tome, a legendary tome, a feast, a mythical tome, and an eternal. It's a bunch of good rewards. I do think that for someone, when you're in a position like me, where you can just save up your shards, like, I've got most of the champions in the game, so I'm not in a huge rush ever to pull my shards. So I can save up. Obviously, I buy primal shards often. And again, that is fully disclosed in all the videos. I've never bought sacred shards ever. These, like the 43 we had coming into this, that's just from saving up, right? You need to obviously be clearing Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, Doom Tower. You get some from winning personal reward, tier 6 CVC, that sort of stuff. It comes from a few places, but saving it up, I do think this is probably the most valuable way, because souls and mythical books are kind of like the end game, and relic fragments as well. Like, the champions you'll pull from sacreds end game are not likely to be that game changing, whereas those sort of things can be. So we're up to 4 eternals. We could potentially get up to 10 eternals, but I'd probably turn these coins into essence. We've got a lot of immortals saved up, almost 50. So we're in a good spot with soul stones. For my books, bunch of legendary, 61. We've got 8 mythicals now. That's decent. We're almost up. How many books does Karagar take, actually? He's going to take only 10 books. He's actually quite nice on the books. He'll definitely be one to build up. And we're close to having enough mythical books to fully book a mythical. If we get another mythical, we'll definitely get Polara soonish. I've kind of taken a break from Faction Wars Hard. I kind of just got burnt out. So if you're wondering where the Faction Wars Hard series is, that's where. I'm basically, I haven't really been bothering, and I've got a bunch of crypts just sitting really close to 63 stars. I guess the impetus will be probably actually ogres, when we can actually clear some ogre stuff, because that's blocking us, and orcs is a blocker as well. These 2 crypts, I'm like, there's not really much point. Like yeah, there's some red essence, 1 primal shard, and 1 eternal. Like, that's nice, but I'm not in like, what am I going to do with 1 primal shard, Like, I'm not really in a rush to get this stuff, so until we get Polara, I'm not in a huge rush. So we'll just sort of, deal with the crypts sort of as they come out. We'll see. But there, we've got 1 red dot. Haragar, actually a really nice pull. Wow, only 4.4. Wow, people are rating him really low. I think he's much better than that. That's crazy. I'm surprised. I am surprised people are rating him so badly. He's a really tough enemy to fight in Faction Wars and Cursed City and all that, to be fair. But here we go. We have some more relic stuff to craft. Let's craft it. We've got 1 epic chance, and by the way, I'm gonna hold on to all of until the end of Chaos Awakes, until it's actually over, which I think is whenever the event dungeon ends, another few weeks. I'm gonna hold on to these relic bits until then to get the best chance for event relics. And we've got a gilded dragonstone. That's just gonna be food. And for the legendary, I don't have a skull of treason. It would be really nice to get one. About 1 in 5 chance to get it. No, fuck, man. Another gilded pinion. I don't even have any good champion to put Skull of Treason on. I just want 1 in case we do get it. The gilded pinion. I've used a couple. I've got, I think, 2. I've got 3 so far. I've got 1 on Mikage, 1 on Yumiko. It's not even great. It's like a bit less damage, the little bit extra speed. It's only okay. I don't know if I'll bother doing a 3rd. We might just use it as food. Feels bad to use a limited relic as food, but it's not great. Very much a filler. +6 speed is nice, but yeah, I don't know. These are my event relics so far, by the way, which is getting a good big chunk of the resources. We've got 3 of the epics that are decent. Gaze of Damnation, they're 3 epic fillers. Again, like you can see, these are the champions that actually use them are very few and far between. I say Timot's the most useful. Fortis, okay. Vulcanen is a stretch. I don't know why I even leveled up to 3, to be honest. And then these, I don't really know why I leveled this up either, to be honest. These were kind of memes. I'll probably keep one of them, but this I think is kind of trash. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure about the third one here. I probably just sell these. I probably just use this one as food. It sort of wastes a couple of gems, but we could take them out. I'll probably use this as food and keep 2 and keep 2. Probably keep 2 of all of them. Obviously, I'd use as many Crown of Corruptions as possible. That's the big win for me. I'm using it on a speed booster. But yeah, there we are. So, I mean, in terms of our legendaries and mythicals, we've got far more from the event from Chaos Awakes than we have from Faction Wars Hard. They came out around the same time. Live Arena got more from Wow, it's actually crazy to think about it. I've got more legendary mythicals and epics from Chaos Awakes than Live Arena, and that's been out for a few months now. And I have been getting all the milestones every season. I've got my nice 2 Axerpentises. Again, I probably should just use it for food. I don't know why I'm putting relics on everyone. Clan relics as well. That's where I'm at. Alice's Adventure, I got 5 legendaries. And I really maxed that thing out pretty hard as well. There was no mythical, but we did really well. I got way above the odds, luck-wise, on the Cascades. Chimera. Wow, we have 4. That's crazy. I have 4 legendaries from Chimera. Total, no mythical. And Chimera's been out for months. 4 legendaries. Wow, that's nuts. I've got a good few legendaries here, but again, a lot of these aspects of Steros will be fed. 5 Wands of Submission. It was pretty good. But yeah, wow, we almost have as many legendary relics. Well, if we include the mythical, Chaos Awakes, I mean, this is, again, another recent stockpile. Okay, so there we go. That is my thoughts at the end of this. Very important. If you're early game, obviously the rules are totally different. If you're mid-game, the rules are totally different. But when, as a lot of you are, when you get later in the game, I really do think if you can just not pull shards, you have to deal with comments saying, you bought them, you fuck you, nope. Nobody could save that many shards. You have to deal with that shit. But if you can ignore that shit, you're not a YouTuber. You don't have to deal with that. It's great. But if you can just save shards, right, for this sort of thing, I think it's actually fairly worthwhile. Being able to max out Summon Rush events, like the bigger, ridiculously expensive events. Same thing with Souls. If you're able to just stockpile resources for months and then splash them all on these big events for things like relics, mythical books, big soul stones, guaranteed souls, guaranteed champions. The big rewards from events, it takes ages to save, but when you're end game and you can save, if you do it, I think that's much better than just randomly pulling shards. I think it makes actually a massive difference. There we are. That's where we're at. Good luck with your shard pull. I think I did pretty well in the number of legendaries. The quality wasn't amazing. I don't think it's going to help us at all with any faction guardians. Did I get a silver? No, who did I even get? I've forgotten who I pulled. Hang on. Let me see. Who did I pull today? What legendaries did I pull? Oh, Eva Sigmund, and okay, so we only got 3 legendaries. I felt like I had 4. We only got 3. Sigmund and Eva. I don't think those are maybe the Dark Elves? No, we've maxed it out. So, in fact, I already have an Eva dupe, so nothing too special there. Same with Bannerlords, nothing special there. We could empower Sigmund or something. It could empower, I don't know, could empower someone eventually. We'll see. That's it. Enough babbling. Good luck. Good luck. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.